Hey guys, Dr. Meaties here, back with another channel update video for you as we look at my desktop here of Final Fantasy VII Remake. And there will be a lot on the channel of Final Fantasy VII Remake because I absolutely adore this game just as much as I like the original. So we're going to see a lot of that on there. And so let's look at the schedule so far. So we're going to have some more Sansa, a World Betrayed on the channel, I would say, here in the next couple of days. We should have something. Let's just say on Monday we'll probably have our first episode. I haven't played it probably since last Saturday, so that. We have a lot of Bannerlord coming out on the channel. I'm really liking the Mountain Bay Bannerlord beta, which has been pretty cool to explore. I got a couple more episodes I still have to render, but we still have a couple episodes in backlog before I end up recording more for that. There's been a lot of new stuff that's come out in the past couple of days. We might eventually start a new campaign with a better footing that we know what's going on and how to play the game and what to do. And so we'll probably do that as there's a lot of changes. They allowed a lot of the armor to be out there. They stopped the spiraling and the clustering that the AI is able to do and getting people to go to their side easily. And they've made a lot of changes to the game itself to help it run, particularly in the sieges. And I don't think that has actually rendered into my game. So we may end up starting a new run. Remember, it is in beta and it just came out, and they're going to be doing a lot of updates. So for the meantime, we'll just be exploring the game from there. No real big campaigns. Maybe we'll explore some mods, things like that. Some of the mods that have come out recently. We have a lot of Final Fantasy Remake that has come out on the channel, and I have officially beaten the game. I'll put up my thoughts video here in the next couple of days to put it up there, but otherwise, if you want to watch that playthrough, we'll be going all the way through that. Still rendering a couple more episodes here, and then we'll go into the hard mode and play the game in hard mode, see how it is, and run through the game one more time on that. See what we can collect, see what's out there, make a couple more changes, maybe see a couple more of the different scenes. I think there's two other scenes we didn't see. We saw the Aerith scene, but there's also a Tifa scene that I want to see. The Barrett scene is not like a huge one, a really big deal, but I really want to see the Tifa scene, and because I really want to get a grasp of what that is. And then later on down the line, we may end up playing the PC in a year or so if we get an announcement of the second part coming out within the next 2 years or so. But that's down the line. In the meantime, we may end up playing the rest of the Final Fantasy games. I got partial way through 7, through 15, I mean. We might actually play the original 7. Put that up on the channel. I'll stream that. Run through 8, 9, 10, 10-2, and kind of just go through all the Final Fantasies that I all have on Steam. Next Bills franchise episode, I want to put it out on Monday. That's week 2, and then I want to be able to start counting them out right after that. I haven't really been editing that in the meantime because I've been really streaming Final Fantasy VII. With our Stellaris campaign, I just actually got done finishing a couple of episodes. That's going to be out there, and I believe we are in a pretty good footing because I know how the game kind of get in the swing of things. I know how the game works. I probably should have played a smaller campaign before I started streaming it to refamiliarize myself with the game so we wouldn't get crushed. But at this point, I feel we're in a pretty good spot, so you'll kind of see that as the time goes on. But I feel like we're in a good spot for our Doom World start. A couple of things coming on later in the channel is we got the newly announced, I'd say like 2 days ago, XCOM Chimera Squad that's going to be coming out on the 23rd. We'll be go ahead and checking that one out. Looks pretty cool. New XCOM game and a little bit of a obviously turn-based, but a little bit more different mechanics, things like that. So we'll really dive into that and see how that one is. I'm actually pretty excited to see what they have here. It seems like more of a side project while we're waiting for them to announce and show the next big XCOM project. So it seems like it's a smaller dev team, different dev team than the ones working on the larger project, but looks pretty good. So we'll see how that is. Also, in the random stuff we might have coming down the pipeline, some extra videos. Aurora, wow, can't talk. 4X Csharp just came out, and it runs like a beauty, but I have to relearn the game. And that's going to be a lot of learning and relearning the game because they've made a lot of changes. The dev made a lot of changes to the game. What we need, so I'm still re-familiarizing myself with it. And then we'll probably have some extra content when it comes to Aurora 4X on the channel as well. I know some people like to see some of that stuff. A little bit of slower campaign, pretty much spreadsheets in space, but hey, I kind of like some of the immersion that we can do with that. As for our Lubu campaign, I look back at it, we're going to have to restart that, so we'll see Lubu back on the channel when we finish our Sunsa campaign. And we'll go from there. Some of the other things we might check out in the meantime as I'm thinking about it. As I pull open my Steam, look at the library. We have all of our Final Fantasy games that I'm going to be running through. So you'll see that out on the channel. Another one is, I believe it's called Deadside. We can get the guys together and play some Deadside, kind of like a DayZ meets Escape from Tarkov type thing. We might see some of that on the channel. I'm going to go ahead and put that down here. We might see some of that on the channel. Looks pretty interesting. An early access game, but it does look pretty interesting to start with. We might have some other ones come out. We might see some maybe some Persona 5 maybe on the channel, but that might be one that we see that's either an extra one or we kind of put it in a different time slot. See how that works. We still have the BattleTech stuff to go through, but we'll eventually get to the BattleTech stuff. And then we have a couple of other things. We still have our Greedfall playthrough we need to get through, but I think at that point I might end up turning that into an offline game instead of a stream game and slowly finish it over time, put it on the channel. Really like it. Same thing with 4X. I think it's another one. Might be. Of course, we have Metro Exodus DLC to go through, which we'll eventually get to. Pathfinder Kingmaker, maybe. We have a lot of games that we can start going through. As well as the squad update. We might see some of that on the channel. But at this point, this is what we are going with for the channel for right now. Of course, our Madden, I think we'll sprinkle in some Road to the Show if I get that up. Sorry about the heater that's on behind me. It is kind of cold here still. Weather's being kind of crazy. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you all for subscribing, and thank you all for the likes, the comments. I try to get to as many of them as I possibly can. And I thank you for those comments, stuff like that, checking out the videos. I know it's not the most professionally put down, or at least something like things you would see on other channels, but at this point, still kind of learning how to do this whole thing, even after a couple of years, and really putting my mind to it and really figuring out and trying to get in a rhythm on putting content on the channel, stuff like that. And once I get that down, we'll slowly go into try to make them a bit more professional wise than anything. I'll probably start with the Madden videos because they're a lot easier to do it. But remember, some of these are going to be live stream ones, like the Mount Blade, the Final Fantasy. And so those ones are going to be the longer ones that are on stream. Then I'm really going to show all the stuff. The reason I show everything for Mount Blade is I'm really new to the series. And so as I'm learning stuff, some people, at least in the stream, I know some people have commented as well on YouTube, trying to tell me exactly how some of the parts work, what I can do better to get better at the game, things like that. So I really appreciate those. It's nice. Maybe I won't be as a papega at the game. I think we'll see some more Escape from Tarkov as the time goes, but that's going to be some of the random videos. I do stream Escape from Tarkov with Rink and Sugra and Solsh and stuff. So we're still on that Escape from Tarkov grind, but those will be other random videos we put out on the channel. So thank you all for tuning in to this update video. If you have any comments, any suggestions, things like that, go ahead and put them down below. I'll make sure I read them, kind of give me a little feedback on how you're liking some of the series right now. So I will see you guys later. Peace.